Hey everyone, this is Rob again, and of course we got the Pepper Putz with us.
How you doing?
And yeah, we thought we'd do a update at the shop today, so I'm gonna take and turn this over to Mr. Pepper Putz Devin, because he's the one that takes care of the plants for the most part, so he knows more what's going on than I do. And yeah, take it away.
I wouldn't necessarily say I know more of what's going on, but we do a fair share. So I guess we'll start with the small guy down here, the white Fatali. It obviously, you probably can see it on camera, doesn't look the greatest. It's dies, then bounces back, then dies and bounces back. And so we've just kind of been letting it do its thing. If you remember, this was one of the ones that Rob had outside that was essentially left for dead. And so the fact that it's still doing anything is kind of a miracle at this point. Next to that, we've got the Bengal Naga. Doing all right. A couple of dead leaves laying in there. We haven't got any flowers or buds off of any of these that I've been aware of yet. They just keep growing and getting better.
And next we'll move down to the other couch. Yep, watering jugs.
So this is the brain strain. This one so far has been the best out of all of them. As you can tell by like some of these leaves down here, you could almost paddle a boat away. That one just has been going nuts as far as growth. Not much for peppers yet, but this was again one of the ones that was kind of left for dead, so to get anything out of most of these peppers is quite a surprise. Then next to that we have the Scotch Bonnet Red. It did look a little bit different in some previous videos. Someone was sitting on the couch and their hat fell off, clipped a branch off. I've got that in water, but it's not doing so well, so we might lose that. But the rest of the plant is recovering just fine. There's actually some new growth down, and I'll turn it here for you guys. Down and around the base here. The other branch was about right here that broke off, so it's starting to recover and grow some new foliage to replace what did break. And then next to that we've got the yellow devil's tongue, doing kind of the same thing as the white Fatali, where it'll grow up a bit and then the leaves just kind of do like this, where they get crunchy and fall off, and then it'll grow back with some nice bright green leaves again like what's on top, and then they'll turn brown and fall off. So we're not quite sure what's going on. They're getting the same nutrition and watering as everything else, so it should be doing the same as everything else. Next to that is I believe the only ahi panic that is left out of that batch. The other one shriveled up, so this one's been sitting in this state since. I think it just got sad that it lost its brother or sister, whichever it was, and so it's just been in a depressive slump for the moment. This is Mr. Luke Serrano, another dead leaf here. This one has actually been doing quite all right. Compared to the other two, which you will see a little bit later in the video, this one is actually the biggest and most full out of all the Serrano peppers we actually have. So this one I have no complaints about.
Complain, complain, complain.
And then we have the white peach. I'm sure you can see it's kind of a little bit of everywhere, flippity floppity. We didn't have any wind blowing on it yet, so it's growing pretty flimsy and lanky all over the place. Need to put some new supports in here to keep it standing so it's not just flopping all over like limp spaghetti. But again, no complaints with that one either. It's actually doing, out of the however many cups Rob did have, this one seems to be doing the best as far as doing something with itself, growing and stretching and forming new plant. And here is the giant tree up front. We've moved up to the front window, as you can see. It's not necessarily giant, but as compared to the tiny little shoot we trimmed off the branch about 3-4 years ago, I would say this thing is actually doing quite nice.
Yeah, it's pushing a good 5 feet tall. Its mother was actually pushing the against the ceiling, so we donated it to the shop next door. They've got 10-foot ceilings over there, so they can grow it a whole lot better than we can at this time.
Yeah, I don't know how well you can. This is the top of the leaf, and I'm about 5'10", 5'11", so it's already taller than I am. And of course, we've got all of our peppers in cups. The aloe, one of them, just going nuts again. And these 6 here are going to be the lemon Starburst peppers. Well, looks like one of them actually died off on us. So these 5 here are lemon Starburst peppers. We have 2, 4, 6 for sure of the ahi lemon drops out of the 12 remaining. The 7th one looks like it's not doing so well. That would be this one back here as compared. Then we've got the front 2 here are going to be again our Serranos. Like I said, they're not quite as big and developed as the other ones, so I don't know what's going on. They were all planted the same time, all sprouted the same, or germinated, I guess, the same time. Then we've got to the back our chocolate habanero. That one is actually, looks like it's starting to get a little flower down in there. Probably can't see it at all, but there's a couple little flowers starting down in there. Probably not going to do anything. And then our Krazy Gusano, that one's doing the same as the other ones. As you can tell, it looks like a shrub almost. It keeps growing a bit, and then it'll die off, and then it'll grow some more, and then it'll die off, and just been a confusing battle. And then, of course, on the window ledge, more aloes, and then our little cactus from Adrian.
Which has probably tripled in size in the last year.
Easily.
And more aloe.
Yeah, I don't think we'll run out of that.
Not anytime soon.
And here is the scorpion. I would say the side that's facing us right now is probably the worst side. For some reason, I'm just more assuming because it's away from the window, the side that you're looking at now, most of the leaves have fallen off. It's not really growing peppers. But if I were to turn it around, the other side is actually really full of leaves, really good foliage, good buds. It's doing actually quite well on that side. This side, not so hot, but it's still alive, still producing, still kind of doing its thing over here in the corner. Just got to push it a little bit longer and can throw it back outside again.
And the beginning of next month, this plant will be 5 years old.
I keep forgetting that. This thing is, yeah, started in its little can and it's been growing a while now.
Yeah, if we look in the pot, we're holding on to the can just because. But that's what it actually was started in, seed kit.
It had a little pull tab on the bottom and then a rubber cap or a plastic cap, and then so then you'd pop the top to let the roots come out. And it had dirt and the seeds in there already. It's kind of neat because it actually grew into this, so if you can find any more of those, I would tell you that's the way to go. Very good proof in this plant.
Yeah, it worked quite well indeed. Alrighty, any final words from you?
I'm just surprised that this thing is honestly still holding on at 5 years old and is still this big and growing and spreading and doing its thing. I'm really surprised that most of these peppers are doing their thing. I mean, I am and I'm not. It's just like I had stated, they were kind of just peppers that were forgot about, so for most of them to be in the place they are is just amazing to me. As far as, I'm sure if I was growing them at home, they would have already died. Would have already died on me. Other than that, I guess we will see y'all later.
Yep, and I want to give a shot of the outside at the moment. Boy, it looks like a nice day out there, doesn't it? Too bad it's like minus 12 right now, wind chills out there, and yeah, but it's bright and sunny, so we got a positive thing to look at, but oh, is it cold. Well, alrighty then. That is our update from the shop today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can always hit that like button down below, and yeah, subscribe and notify button, everything else like that. And yeah, with that said, I'm going to cut this out, and I will see you later. Bye.